everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, which is formerly known as Phượng English. As the saying goes, who dares to teach should never cease to learn. I get a big kick out of professional development activities. So I decided to make this clip about technology in education. Hopefully, it will benefit not only Vietnamese teachers, but other teachers in the world who are seeking for technology solutions for their classes. In this video, I'm gonna ask the participants 2 questions. 1. What technology tools are you using in your class? 2. What do you like the most and why? And our participants today are very special. All of them are Global Teachers Prize finalists, recognized by Vicky Foundation, who are education ambassadors for their own country. Wow, it is amazing, right? It's really a golden opportunity for you and for me to make the hay while the sun shines. So are you ready? Let's visit my class for the voyages to these beautiful countries to have a better look on technology in education. Let's get started. Now let's start with the first continent, which is very beautiful continent in the world.
I'm using Skype, I'm using Zoom, I'm using Microsoft Teams, I'm using Flickr. And if you want to get all those Office 365 apps, just visit this link here. Down here, you will see everything.
The apps that I use for my teaching is PowerPoint, for my preparations and for my presentations in the classroom. I then save them in the form of PDF so I can share them with my learners and the parents. I later also save them in the form of an audio and videos and share them on YouTube and my social media platforms and my personal blog mukudu.blogspot.com. I also use OneNote for planning and saving all my lessons and preparation and policy documents and pace setters in there. For assessment, I use Techtools, Microsoft Forms, Google Forms. For educational platforms where I can engage with my learners, I also use Google Classroom, wherein I engage my learners, and code.org as an extra activity lesson for them to engage with their peers around the world.
So I have decided to catch up with my students using WhatsApp. So I created a WhatsApp group where I share class tasks to them, and they in turn use direct messaging to submit their work. So I assess their work, and to give them marks or to motivate them, I use cool emojis that are very catchy and exciting to them. So I found it very, very cool to be using WhatsApp because it's more affordable. It's most accessible to many of them, since many of my students come from underprivileged families.
I love to use Zoom, Google Hangouts, and Google Chat to connect with my students while distance learning. I also found a brand new tool called Mote, M-O-T-E, and this is a tool where you can add a voice comment to a Google Doc.
And during the remote at-home learning, the platforms that I like to use most is Zoom. Zoom allows me to interact with my students twice a day. I also love using Google Classroom as a way to kind of organize a lot of our assignments and to exchange them back and forth for the kids to keep it all in one place. And one last platform or app that I like to use a lot is Flipgrid. It's an incredible way for us to stay in touch with the kids and have them be able to read to us and then be able to give feedback and coaching, and just to allow them to create things they're proud of.
And during this teach at home time, we find during COVID-19, some of the tools that I like to use with my students, I like to use an Apple product called Swift Playground. I also like to use a BBC product called Microbit to help my students code and to teach them how to code remotely. I like to rely on Screencastify.
So the first one is Flipgrid. I love this tool because it allows me to design some virtual discussion forums where my students can participate by recording some short videos so they can give an opinion of a certain topic that I previously assigned them. The second one is Canva. Canva is a free tool that allows my students to produce some interesting content, digital content, such as posters or infographics or any kind of design tools that can be summarizing some important contents of a specific topic. And the third one is Adobe Spark, which is a tool that its main focus is on developing storytelling skills. Storytelling is one of the most important and valuable skills during this creative economy. So I really invite you to use this tool with your students.
Herkese merhaba, ben Aynur Bayazıt. Türkiye'de yaşıyorum, okul öncesi öğretmeniyim. Covid-19'da mücadele ettiğimiz şu günlerde öğrencilerimle eğitime online olarak devam ediyorum. Onlar için hazırladığım eğitim etkinliklerini Zoom programıyla ailelerle paylaştım. Online eğitimlerde Jigsaw Puzzle, Learning Apps, Quiver, WordArt, Chatterpix programlarını kullanıyorum. Öğrencilerimin en sevdiği program Jigsaw Puzzle ve Chatterpix programları. Çünkü bu programları kullanırken hem eğleniyorlar hem öğreniyorlar. Benim en sevdiğim program Kizoa programı. Çünkü minikahiler değerlerini öğreniyor. Projemle yazdığım hikaye kitapları ve ünlü ses sanatçılarının yaptığı seslendirmeleri Kizoa programı ile birleştiriyor. Türkiye genelindeki öğretmen ve öğrencilerin kullanması için sosyal medya hesaplarından paylaşıyorum. Herkese teşekkür ediyorum ve sağlıklı günler diliyorum.
Щедруйте! Тебе товар весь хороший, будеш мати мірку грошей. Твоя жінка, господиня, пан господар, будь щасливий.
Zoom platform, Microsoft Teams, Google Forms, Mozilla, Canva, Google Classroom, Moodle, Skype, and other education programs. My favorite instrument is Zoom platform because this program is a chance for non-stop educational process for children with disability.
I use many apps in classroom teaching learning processes. Some of them are like Skype, Microsoft Teams, Flipgrid, Backlight, OneNote. I like most the Skype. Yeah, I do so many Skype sessions with my students and other schools. We are collaborating with them, each other, and we are also running some global project via the Skype.
Now I use for my online teaching classic tools, Microsoft Teams for teaching small group and class and Messenger, but it isn't enough for me. So me and my friend who is programmer created a new program, Callboard.
The Callboard is an online whiteboard for teachers that you can immediately share with your pupils or colleagues. You can put there homeworks or interesting tasks for your pupils, or you can simply use it during your online lessons. And the last but not the least, this program is completely free of charge.
Hello everyone, I normally use YouTube in my classes. Obviously also social networks, Google Classroom, Google Meet, Zoom. And during this time at home, due to the coronavirus, I have discovered a tool that I love. Her name is Loom. And with it, you can record the computer screen and your explanation with the webcam at the same time.
I often use computers in my classes to teach. My favorite is an application called Biscuit. Because this application allows anyone to draw a picture that works the way they want and fosters creativity.
Wow! We have just visited more than 10 countries in the world so far. It is amazing, right? Now I just want to summarize some key points from the interview today. For a learning management system, Google Classroom, Moodle, and Office 365, I want to add Schoology, Edmodo, and ClassDojo. If you want to understand more about other learning management systems, please visit the link with over 20 other tools here. For conferencing purpose, we can employ Microsoft Teams, Skype, Google Meet, Google Hangouts, Callboard, WhatsApp, and Zoom. I want to add Cisco Webex here, which is more friendly like Zoom meeting, but it does not limit time but limits 100 persons in a conference. Moreover, it also can save the files you share in the lesson. But I still vote a 10 or Microsoft Teams. For more conferencing apps with over 25 tools, please visit the link here. For text and video collaboration, Mote, Flipgrid, Skype in Classroom, Google Docs, Office 365, YouTube, Padlet, and Biddable are mentioned. For testing and assessment, Google Forms, Microsoft Forms, Clicker, Exam.net, and Classcake. I also want to share with you Nearport, Quizzes, Kahoot, Quizlet, GameKit, and toursforeducator.com, which really motivates learners to join. My students do love it. If you do not have time to type one by one question when you have the text already, you can post it on shub.edu.vn. The website also helps you to mark it very quickly, and it's one of my favorite websites. For recording the computer screen, Loom is used. I want to add more apps which are screencast-o-matic, which allows you the best quality of sounds, and Bandicam, Snapchat, Camtasia are very easy to use as well. For designing content, Canvas, Microsoft PowerPoint, Beatable, and Sway are mentioned. But I want to recommend to you Adobe Premiere Pro software, which I am using to edit my YouTube videos, and you may be interested in Viva Video apps on the mobile phone. For programming, Microbit and Biscuit are mentioned in the talk. Honestly, I'm not an expert in this field. I hope to learn more from you. I really want to share with you guys the link from UNESCO on distance learning solutions, which provides you a variety of tools you may need or you have in this one. This is very useful as well. Because of time limitations, I decided to stop the virtual tips now. However, I also made a Flipgrid topic with the name Techtools in Education with the code Techtools123. You, please join us to share what technology tools you are using in class. Each person should share one or several ideas that are very meaningful actions for you, for me, and for any teachers in the world to come here to learn. Thank you for listening. Goodbye!